Hey, g'day Craig. She is all ready to go. Blade is done, so I'll be popping this in the courier for you today. You've seen the images of the installation, but I thought I'd just give you a quick overview as well. Okay, so all done. Nice Graflex 2.5. So it's installed with a slightly modified custom Saber Shop 33mm V6 chassis. A bit of sanding down fitted in there quite nicely. Okay, so in order to access the chassis, in order to recharge your battery, because obviously on these lovely Graflex there are no recharge ports, flick your lever. You know all this, you put the thing together. Okay, unwind the bottom half of the Graflex. If you hit any major resistance, stop immediately. There's one thing with these 2.5s, the upper side of this assembly inside does have a propensity to unscrew sometimes. Now that did happen once to me. I've fixed the thread up here with some blue Loctite, which sets like chewing gum, so that should hopefully sort that out for you. So here we have the modified V6 chassis. Got some trimmed down GST connectors plugging into the board there. That's a new technique that I'm trying out for some of these wider hilts. I think it puts a little bit less stress on the joints and just makes them a little bit more durable. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, flip over the custom chassis. There is a piece of ribbon there. Tug on that and your battery simply pops out. Recharge that in your external charger, pop it back in, making sure that you've got the ribbon underneath. You'll hear the power sound. There's a split piece of insulation that just sits over the board, and once that's done, make sure your ribbon's flat, place it back into the bottom end of the hilt, seat it, screw it back in. You can see if that chassis is binding when you turn it. I mean, there's a bit of spin in the wires. You can always pop the end cap off. Just make sure that chassis is nice and loose. That's it. Tighten it all up again. I've put the clamp pointing upwards. Movies it's pointing down, but it kept digging into my finger there, so if you want to swing it around, you might want to keep it up. If you want to display it, just spin it around, point it downwards again, and that's it. She's all go. Nice little thin core blade. So you've got quite a thin core there, you can see. The diffusion material illuminates down the inside. You can see the outer side of the blade. If you want, I think for this Graflex, I think quite a thin blade would be really cool. If you want a thicker blade, remember this is only a 7/8 inch, you can just take some sandpaper and lightly scuff the outside of the blade, and that will bring the light right to the surface then. Fairly even illumination all the way up. As with most of these thin cores, there's a bit of a quiet spot in the middle, then it gets brighter again with the tip, with the little reflective tip on there. I've left the diffusion material loose, so if you want to play around and fine tune that to your own preference, you can. You can just pull the diffusion material out, try a myriad of things, get a bit thin bit of doweling to wrap your new material around, and use that to insert it into the hilt, and you'll find that that's a nice easy way to go. So there you are, beautiful hilt. I've actually added it onto my own wish list. Never thought I'd be too keen on being a Graflex fan, but this one is absolutely beautiful. Closest I've got is a Ultra Saber's Chosen one. Let me just go get it. those Ultra Sazer chosen ones are a bit of a beast. So in red, that's obviously Darth's, but I do like your Graflex, so I've added one to my wish list at some point in the future. Okay, enjoy.